Calandria looks his way. Washington breaks free into JMU territory. Malik Washington makes a man miss. How about a touchdown for UVA?
Welcome back to another edition of Who You Got. I'm Aidan Baller, joined by Duncan McGrath. And this week we are previewing Virginia's border battle as they take on the Maryland Terrapins on Friday night. Last week, Virginia lost to JMU in heartbreaking fashion in their home opener 36-35, so the Cavaliers will look to bounce back and get their first win of the year. Duncan, after last week's loss, it looked like Virginia had it in the bag. They were up 35-24 in the fourth quarter and then ended up losing 36-35. What went wrong?
Well, the problem was the defense collapsed, and JMU is a team where UVA has to get stops, and JMU had 395 total yards of offense against Virginia, and that's not going to really get easier this week against Maryland. Taulia Tagovailoa is one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten, and he's going to want to play really well against Virginia to boost his draft stock. And this is a Virginia defense that just hasn't been good enough this season. Tennessee scored 49 on him in the opener. Last week, JMU put up 36. If UVA wants to win this game or even be competitive against Maryland tonight, the defense has got to be where it starts. They got to get stops. They got to be able to stop Maryland and just play really solid defense on that side of the ball.
And the Cavaliers are returning 8 starters this year on defense, and still they haven't been able to figure it out, which has been confusing for some. But the other question on Friday night and tonight will be Anthony Calandria versus Tony Muskett, the two Virginia quarterbacks. Tony Muskett got injured in the game against Tennessee, and in JMU, Anthony Calandria, the freshman, got his first start and had an outstanding performance in his opening game. The question is, who will Coach Elliott go with for the rest of the year? Tony Muskett is the starter tonight, as Elliott said that just because you get an injury, you can't lose your job. So it'll be interesting to see how Muskett responds to Calandria's brilliant performance last weekend. Duncan, with that said, what are your predictions for Friday night?
Yeah, so the spread currently is sitting around 14 points, which I think is pretty fair so far. I think Maryland wins this one 38-24. I think Taulia is going to have a big game. I think UVA's defense will continue to struggle. I do think UVA's offense is going to have success with Tony Muskett, but I just don't trust UVA's defense enough. So for me, I like Maryland to win this one 38-24 tonight at home. How about you, Aidan?
I have a similar prediction. I'm thinking 35-21. I think we'll see signs from Tony Muskett. I don't think it'll be the same offense as what we saw against JMU. This Maryland defense is much better, and I think it'll be a rough night for the Cavaliers. I'm Aidan Baller.
I'm Duncan McGrath, WVA.